some miles on it. Back with the engine running, just you and me in a truck bed wide like a California king. We could break it in if you know what I mean. Put some miles on it. If you know what I mean, put some miles on it. We could break it in if you know what I mean. Mile after mile after mile after mile. Turn up the night like that radio dial. Shoulder to shoulder when nobody knows. Know where we're going, we ain't going on. We're putting miles on it. Back of the Chevy with the engine running. Just you and me in a truck bed wide like a California king. We could break it in if you know what I mean. Put some miles on it. Back of the Chevy with the engine running. Just you and me in a truck bed wide like a California king. We could break it in if you know what I mean. Put some miles on it. We could break it in if you know what I mean. Put some miles on it. We could break it in if you know what I mean. Put some miles on it.
One, two.
Yep. When it's the end of the weekend, but not quite the end of the weekend. Check it out. It is what it is. You got me feeling.
You make me feel like I'm in all my best clothes. So good that I don't care that Chick-fil-A's closed. Like a slow motion cruise on the back roads and byways. Windows down and I'm bored in the highways. Nothing else that I wanna do but take all day and waste it with you. You got me feeling like it's Sunday. You got me saying hallelujah, saying a prayer. You got me feeling like the night is good and the sun is here to stay. Whoa, you got me feeling like the weekend. You give me something to believe in when I'm swimming in the deep end. Sky is baby blue and the blues are gone away. You got me feeling like it's Sunday. Maybe we should make some breakfast. We got lots of time, that seems like a good investment. It's the end of the week and I make a mean quiche. Maybe all of our friends should come over to eat. Nothing else that I wanna do but take all of my time and waste it with you. You got me feeling like Sunday. You got me saying hallelujah, saying a prayer. You got me feeling like the night is gone and the sun is here to stay. Whoa, you got me feeling like the weekend. You give me something to believe in when I'm swimming in the deep end. And the blues are gone away. You got me feeling like a Sunday.
You got me feeling like Chick-fil-A was open on a Sunday.
Snoop, I know. We tried. It was close. Wouldn't that be great?
Check it out. This a hit. You can tell radio. All the DJs will play it because we got that hustle.
Good morning, Wildcats. We are excited about today's presentation. You know, often in high school, we talk a lot about grades, goals, your future, and all of those things are extremely important. But one thing we sometimes overlook is mental health. Today, we're excited because we've invited CareSource to come and speak to us today. And today, you're going to hear some powerful stories. These things will resonate with you, or they may help you to understand what a friend or a loved one might be going through. And so as we hear these powerful stories, I ask that you give your respectful attention to our guests. So at this time, would you please give our MC, Mr. Ben Tilton, a warm Har-Ber High School welcome.
I see you Wildcats, and right now, my name is Ben, but You guys are sitting down. I need everybody to stand up. Let's go. Everybody stand up. We need you to stand up. Come on, stand up. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we got to get loose. We got to get loose. We got to get going. So get your feet going. Get your feet going right now. Get them stomping. Get them stomping. Yes, get a drum roll. We need your feet. We need your feet. Let's go. Get your feet going. There it is. All right. Now, when I'm going to get my hand down here, I need you to go, oh. And then when I hit it, you're going to say cats. When I hit it, you're going to say cats. All right, so get your feet going right now. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ready? Here we go. Oh. There you go. That's pretty good. One more time, one more time. Come on. Get it loud, get it loud, get it loud. Ready? Here we go. Oh. Cats! Cats! Where's my Central Junior High? We got Central Junior High? I see you guys up there. I appreciate the noise. What about Southwest Junior High? There's Southwest. Central Junior High, Southwest Junior High, that's pretty good. But now I needed a little love from the class of 2028. Make some noise, sophomore. There you go. Class of 2027, can you do better than that? There's class of 2027. Love it. And now, where are my seniors at? Where are my seniors? Make some noise, seniors! Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have some fun today. I'm excited to be here again. My name is Ben. And to kick this off, I'd like to introduce the Care Source Executive Vice President. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Scott Markovich.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I got to tell you, I got in to Fayetteville last night, 2 a.m. Eastern, and I wasn't sure how awake I would be, but man, this crowd is something else. Thank you for being here. We have a very important and fun event planned. We've got some class competitions. We've got some surprise guests for you that will show up a little bit later. But we're here today to talk about mental health. And I've got two boys, a little bit older than some of you, but just out of high school, that both have their mental health challenges. So this is very important to me to be here, important for the message that we're going to share with all of you. And you're going to hear a lot of different things today. You're going to hear some stories from people. Our keynote speaker, Brandon, is amazing, so you're going to learn a lot from him. But what I want you to if there's one thing you leave today with, I want you to remember that it's okay to not be okay. And if you're not feeling well, or you see a friend who you think is maybe struggling, reach out, ask them how they're doing, how they feeling, what's going on. Just by asking that simple question, you might save a life. So today's event, is that me doing that, I guess? I don't know. Okay, I'll hold it back here. Today's event is sponsored by Jay's Light. And let me tell you a little bit about Jay's Light before we get started. So in 2022, Coach Anthony Grant, who is the University of Dayton head men's basketball coach, lost his daughter Jada to suicide. And about a year after that happened, he and his wife Chris started Jay's Light, which is a foundation that supports suicide and mental health awareness. So we're honored to be here, obviously, as Care Source, but we're also here as representatives of Jay's Light as they are presenting this pep rally. So to kick things off, we're going to start with a quick video from Chris Grant. So I think we're going up here, right? Direct your attention to the screen above, and we're going to do a video from Chris. Thank you all for being here.
Jada, like many of you, was an engaged accomplished track athlete, and a loving daughter and loyal friend. She loved her dogs, she loved reading, and also going on long hikes. Jada was full of life, full of promise, and full of hope. She wanted to use her life to help people in some way. I don't think my daughter wanted to end her life as much as she wanted to end the pain that she was experiencing. We created the Jade's Life Fund to partner with agencies like CareSource, who are doing the great work of helping to break the stigma around mental illness, and also to provide resources and education in the community. This is why you're here today, to be reminded and encouraged to take care of your mental health. Not just for yourselves, but for each other. Life will be hard at times, but you are not alone. There is help to get through whatever it is you're going through. And where there's help, there is hope. I once read that we can live 5 days without food, 3 days without water, 3 minutes without air, but we can't live 1 second without hope. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic program for you, and to help get your mental health up and going again, please get back on your feet. Get back, you know it, you gotta get back on your feet. Love that. And before I make the introductions here for some of our special guests, I need just a little bit more noise. So we're gonna make this a contest. I'm gonna go this side of the gym versus this side of the gym, and just how loud you can get. So we're gonna start over here on the count of 3. I want you to give me some noise. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I mean, I said okay to them, but I'm not positive that that was really that great, because I think you guys got more in you. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Bam, now we're gonna go back and forth. Ready? You guys, go. You. This side. This side. Now everybody make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big surprise for you. Please give a huge Wildcat welcome to the University of Cincinnati basketball team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, joining them on the court, give a huge Wildcat welcome to your hometown Arkansas Razorbacks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these two teams will be joining us here for today's pep assembly, and they will be squaring off tonight in the CareSource Invitational supporting mental health. But we're going to kick this off right now. I need to join me down here on the court. I need Lensdy Ramirez and Kyson Hall representing the 10th graders. And I need representing the 11th graders, I need O'Neill Lorak and Aria Miracle. 10th graders. And representing the seniors, I need Wrigley Graham and High Win. Where's some? There we go. There we go. All right, so this competition, sophomores, you guys are going to be joined by 2 college basketball players. I need Jaden from Arkansas, and I need Bryson from UC. You guys are joining the 10th grade team. Joining our 11th graders, I need Aiden from Arkansas, Aiden Kelly, and I need Grant Derbyshire from UC to join the 11th graders. Give those 2 a round of applause. And joining our 12th graders, I need Nick Pringle from Arkansas and Keyshawn Tillery from Cincinnati. All right, here's how this game works. This is our Shooting Stars game. This is going to be a race. We're first going to match up 10th grade team, you're on this end of the court. 11th grade team, you're on this end of the court. There are 4 shots that need to be made, so you guys can go ahead to your sides of the court. 10th grade on that side, 11th grade on this side. Senior team, you'll be taking on the winner of this match. There are 4 shots that need to be made. The first one is a layup. The second one is a free throw. The third one is a three-pointer. And the fourth one is a shot from downtown. So each team, you assign 1 person per spot. 1 person per spot. And this is a race. Whoever makes all 4 shots before the other team makes all 4 shots is going to be our winner. How many of you guys think the 10th grade team is going to win? There we go. We got some love for the 10th graders. How many of you guys think the juniors are going to win? That's some love for the juniors. All right. Find your spots. Teams, find your spot. 1 person at each spot. On my go, we're going to start with the layup. Then we'll go to the free throw. As soon as the layup is made, pass the ball to the free throw. As soon as that's made, to the three-pointer. As soon as that's made, downtown. UC, would you mind getting a couple guys up for some rebounding? Arkansas, would you guys mind getting a couple guys up to help with the rebounding over here? Appreciate you. All right, how many of you think the sophomores are going to win? Okay, how many thinks the juniors are going to win? That's better. All right, on my count, here we go. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go! You got this, you got this, you can do it. There it is, we've got 1 down, we've got 1 down, here we go. We need the free throw to go in. Come on, you got this layup, juniors. There we go. Knock it down, juniors. Right now, it's 3-2. Knock this down. Let's go, three-pointer. Got to knock that down. Come on, UC. Now it's tied up. It's tied up. It's tied up now for real. First one to make it. Knock that down. Knock that down. Let's go. Who's going to do it? Sophomores or juniors? Who's going to do it? You got to get this knocked down. Let's go. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, the sophomores are victorious. 51 seconds. Well, all right, I need the 12th grade team down here. You guys are picking your spots. We've got the seniors now versus the sophomores. The seniors versus the sophomores. So we're running through this one more time for the championship. How many of you guys think the sophomore team is going to pull this out? There we go. How many of you guys think the senior team is going to pull this out? There we go. Pick your spots on my count. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, we made it right away, sophomores. Off to an early lead. Sophomores are up 2. Sophomores are up 3. Ladies and gentlemen, in an epic battle. They did it. They already did it. They made all 4. They made all 4. If we have time to do a rematch, we'll do one at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to the sophomores. They are your champions for the day. Are there any sophomores out here in this crowd today? We have any sophomores out here in this crowd? Because if there are some sophomores out in the crowd, our sophomore team just won. You guys might get some prizes. Let me hear your sophomores. Where you at? You got to show you. We got sophomores over here. We got some sophomores up there. T-shirts are going to be thrown in the crowd. You're trying to hit the sophomores. Sophomores, you guys stand up so we know who you are. Where you at, sophomores? There we go. Get some over here. Where you at, sophomores? Stand up so we can see you. Fire that up there. Get that up there. Fire it up there. Sophomores, show your love. I'll tell you what, we're going to have more competitions today. We're going to have more competitions, but sophomores, that's a pretty good start. A pretty good start. Well done. All right, it's time for me to introduce the next special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Wes Miller, the coach of the University of Cincinnati. And put your hands together for Arkansas's own John Calipari.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new stuff. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do nothing. They know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip.
All right, coaches, if you could join me up here for just a second. Coaches, today is all about mental health. So we're going to ask the coaches to maybe give a couple of words of wisdom. You and your athletes are in stressful environments all the time. There's always anxiety on your plates. Could you, coaches, could you speak for a second about maybe some of the strategies that you give to your teams as far as dealing with the anxiety and the stress of playing Division I college basketball?
Yeah, hey guys, really excited to be here. Thanks for having some Cincinnati people down to Arkansas. We know who you guys will be cheering for tonight, okay? But we appreciate you guys giving us a warm welcome. As far as mental health, the first thing that everybody should know from our perspective is it's real. And it's okay to recognize it. And it's okay to recognize that you're going through things. These guys are leaders in our community, leaders in our campus. And just like we do as adults, they experience mental health. We experience mental health. At Cincinnati, just like I'm sure at your school here in Arkansas, there's great resources. There's people that are there to help you. We really encourage our guys to seek that help out, to embrace the resources, and lean in to working through normal things that happen to all of us in life. So really appreciate the opportunity to come out here to speak to you guys about something that impacts all of us, whether we're elite college basketball players, coaches, or high school students. So seek out the opportunities you have. It's okay to deal with things. And again, thanks for welcoming us to Arkansas.
Let me welcome Wes and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Let's give them a hand. Thank you for being here, guys. You know, the only thing that I want to hit on a little bit is your phone. I know. Your phone. You control your phone. You don't let your phone control you. I would tell you, getting sleep is as big for your mental health as anything. Sleep. You know when you can't sleep? When every 4 minutes you're looking what's on your phone. Turn your phone off when you go to sleep. Turn it off. Can you step away from your phone for a day? Or my phone. If that's who you are, you probably got a little problem with your phone. Let me tell you the biggest thing it does. It steals your joy. There are good things about phones. Getting information, but when it steals your joy because you compare yourself to something fake on the phone, you're stealing joy from yourself. I'm saying all that like I'm on the phone. What's great about the phone for me, I can text former players and in 8 minutes get a lot of work done where I'm texting and checking in on players who have retired and doing all those, and they're working in different fields. The phone's great. Information, being able to contact people, being able to have GPS, because I'm the worst. Don't ever tell me go west. Is it right or left? I don't need to hear west. All that stuff is great. But I'm going to tell you, and what Wes said, it's an issue. It's an issue. You control your phone. See if you can put it down for a day. Leave it at home and come to school without your phone and see what it does. Have maybe Friday, phone-free Friday. I'm not doing it Friday. And I know you're all looking at me now. Your legs are moving, your arms are moving, your head's moving. You're like, I'm not doing it. But we will tell you on all those things, I do the same thing with these guys. When we go on the road, the evening that we're in the hotel, we take their phones. We take all their phones. We even take their bat phones. And they got to go in the evening without a phone and get up the next morning and where's my phone? So I just challenge you with those thoughts and just tell you with what Wes said, seek help if you need it. How about this? If you see somebody that's one of your friends or one of your classmates that could use help by you just talking and sitting down with them, do that. That creates joy in your own life, that you reached out to somebody to help them and help them recognize things. It's been a pleasure to be here. Scott and CareSource, you know we appreciate you guys, G3 and all that you guys are doing. How many of you may be coming to the University of Arkansas? All right, our chancellor, who is a student first chancellor, Chancellor Robinson, why don't you stand up and let him see you? And I wish you well. Cheer for the Hogs. Cheer for the Hogs. Thanks, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Coach Calipari and Coach Miller. All right, we are definitely having some more fun coming up. But first, there's also a serious issue that we are discussing here today, and that's mental health. So if you guys could take your eyes and place them up here on the video board, this will give you a little bit of an introduction of our keynote speaker today, Brandon Sejo. So fix your eyes to the video, and then I'll introduce Brandon.
A sports reporter on TV, and that's where some of you might have seen me reporting on the NFL or college football. To you, I looked happy living my dream on camera and on the sidelines, but behind the scenes, I was depressed and I felt alone. The truth is, I was suicidal. I just didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to be here. Thankfully, after months of struggling, suicidal thoughts, and depression, I checked myself into a mental health hospital, and I got the help I needed.
This guy went from sports reporter to amazing podcast about the mental game.
Now I want to help anyone struggling like I was, so I started The Mental Game, a mental health podcast with your favorite athletes, musicians, and celebrities, all coming together to help break the stigma.
In order to be successful as a football player, you have to have what? Mental toughness. And you cannot have mental health if you do not have mental toughness.
How did you know? I love this song. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and hold on. The trick to a lot of these, I think, suicidal thoughts and thoughts of self-harm is a thought that you're all by yourself. That no one's there with you. And it's a lie.
So don't be scared to ask for help. You're not alone. We are all in this fight together. But there's one thing we can all do. Let's break the stigma together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the floor your keynote speaker for the day. Put your hands together for Brandon. Say ho.
How you guys doing? We awake? Are we getting out of class for this? Is that part of this deal? Yes? Good part. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I know we're having a lot of fun. I want to share my story too, though, and talk about mental health. It's super important to me. I've had Coach Miller on my show. I think I'm getting Coach Cal on at some point talking about their mental health stories. But today I want to bring you back to where this all started for me. I used to be a sports reporter, as you saw in the video. Now I host a show called The Mental Game, where I interview some of the biggest stars, athletes, celebrities in the world. And we share these stories to help people when they're feeling down with their mental health. So, if I can look at this screen right up here, that is me as a freshman in high school in Cincinnati, Ohio. That is 2007, so getting back to the phone comments, I think I was the first generation that had phones. We didn't really know what we were doing with them, and I'll get to that here in just a sec. But those pictures side by side, I always share them when I'm talking at schools, just because if people truly have these dreams, they want to go play basketball somewhere, want to be a doctor, want to do something big in life, you got to start with those dreams early, and I promise if you work really, really hard, you can achieve those. But as you see right above me, that first thought of suicide came as a freshman in high school, and we didn't talk about this stuff. This is just for the adults in the room. No kids, raise your hands. For all the adults in the room, please raise your hand if you were ever taught about mental health in school. Just the adults, if you were ever taught about mental health in school. I see 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 total out of 1,500, 2,000 people. I do this all over the country every single week, and that's the same reaction because we weren't taught about it. We didn't talk about it. So for you guys to have this conversation is huge. So back then, when I was this freshman in high school, we talk about the cell phones. I'll be very, very honest. I was at a football game in the front row right there, and I'll never forget this moment where an embarrassing photo of me got sent around to the whole school while I'm at that game. I went home that night, and I thought, I'm never going to be okay again. I'm never going to be able to get out of this place being bullied, feeling alone. And really, I had 2 friends, Ryan and Pat, and those guys were the only ones that invited me to hang out on the weekend. They were the only ones to invite me to the basketball games, the football games, and without those 2 guys, I probably don't make it out of those 2 to 3 months. So sometimes you might not know what to say. That's okay. But just opening that door, being there for someone is really, really important. If you go to this next slide, you'll see there's a little bit of a gap here, about 15, 16, 17 years. But I still had those suicidal thoughts, that depression, that anxiety that I struggled with throughout my life, even living my dream job. This wasn't planned to be with Cincinnati, but I'm from Cincinnati, so it works out good for the storytelling. But I got to live my dream job covering Joe Burrow and the Bengals, covering the Cincinnati Bearcats, doing things that I had dreamed of as a kid. But behind the smile, no one knew what was going on. And so I want to show you guys these pictures side by side, just this one first. This is me at the AFC Championship game 3 years ago. The Bengals, Chiefs, big moment. And after the game, I'll never forget running onto the field and Travis Kelce walking by me crying because the Bengals just beat the Chiefs. The Bengals head coach, Zach Taylor, gives me a big hug at the 50-yard line. The first player I interview is star receiver Jamar Chase. He's crying to me on TV because he's going to the Super Bowl as a rookie. It was just this amazing moment as someone that wanted to be a sports reporter, getting to be at the Super Bowl, looking up in the stands. It was a dream come true. But the real me really looked like this. And no one knew that I was suicidal every second of every day for 3 to 4 months leading up to that moment. No one knew that I had lost 3 family members in those 3 months, including my cousin Ben, who was basically my older brother. He had a heart attack at 30 years old the night before that game when he was at the game with me. I had all this pressure on me at work because I was on the biggest stage I had ever been on. And then I was someone that always dreamed of that picture-perfect wife, family, marriage. Maybe I was a little bit weird being like that since high school, but that's what I dreamed of, having that perfect wife, family, and all that. And so I struggled with this feeling of being alone for a long, long time. And unfortunately, my relationship at that time all came crumbling down. So people didn't know that I was struggling with all of this behind the scenes. And so that was what the real me looked like when I was smiling on TV. And so at 28 years old, I went to my mom and I said, look, Mom, you don't know this. No one knows this. But I don't want to live anymore. I don't know what to do, but I need help. My mom, she was shocked. She was surprised, but she was supportive right away. My dad, I call him. My parents have been split since I was 12 years old. And I will never forget the words my father told to me. And I can't really say them verbatim here. But I tell him the same thing, and he tells me, be a man, suck it up, figure it out. We yell at each other on the phone, and I hang it up. I just told my dad that I wanted to take my own life, and his response was to be a man. Toughen up, figure it out. I always share this story because if people truly love and care about you, they will help you. They might not know how to help at first. They might not know what to say at first. My dad said the worst thing, the thing that a lot of us young men fear hearing from our fathers. But if they truly love and care about you, they will help you. So within an hour, he calls me back, apologizes, says, I don't understand, but how do I help? And so I was able to check into a mental health hospital that next day, and that's where I took that first step on my recovery journey when it came to my mental health. So I want to share some of the things that I learned from that. If you look up at the screen, you'll see, if you go back to that picture, I just want to show them this real quick. About 90% of the time, you are in this middle room. If we can go back to that last slide, it looks like you're here at school, where this is a hospital that's all about your mental health. So if you got hurt playing basketball or you're in a car accident, you go to maybe a physical hospital, this is all about your mental health. 90% of the time you spend in a classroom that looks just like your classroom here at school, 20 to 25 people, 18 to 80 years old, black, white, every background, every job, every color, creed. We all just have this one thing in common. We don't want to live anymore and we need help. And for me, that was the first time that I learned I wasn't alone and that other people felt like me. So now if you go to this next slide, I'll share some of the things that I learned there that I wish I learned along with math, English, science. What to look for. If someone's not being themselves, that is the biggest red flag and warning sign they might be struggling. For me, thank God I saw it in myself. All of a sudden I hated my job. I didn't love what I was doing anymore. I was sleeping in. I wasn't working out. But you can see that in your friends here at school or on your team or in your class. If someone is always the jokester in the morning, sending those funny texts in the group chat, or maybe they're always psyched up about the Arkansas game coming up and all of a sudden they don't care about that, it's okay to go, hey, yo, Brandon, what's up? You're not being yourself. That's a non-confrontational way to show that you care. Coping mechanisms. These can be healthy and unhealthy. I know some of you laughed at some of those pictures in the video. I don't know why I put them in there, but I just wanted to be honest about my story. I'm someone that struggled really, really bad with addiction. I never met my grandpa. My father still struggles with addiction. But it took me until 3 years ago to get sober, and it was a really unhealthy coping mechanism that hurt my mental health. So we have to find things that help us, whether it is going to therapy, talking to your coaches, your teammates, talking to parents, but it can also just be things that you like to do. Going on a walk, journaling, hanging out with friends, things that help you when you're feeling down, and then setting boundaries. Back to the phone thing. I mean, I try to turn my phone off as much as I can at night, at least for an hour before I go to bed. Just be away from it. Don't be online, watch a movie, hang out outside, listen to music. We can only handle so much, so be open and honest with the people around you. If you got a lot of projects going on, you got a big game coming up that week, it's okay to go to mom, dad, your coach, and say, hey, look, can I have an extra 10, 15 minutes, just me time to hang out and feel good? So that's a little bit about what I learned. What I want to get into now is some of these stories of this show. And why I started the show was to show that everyone struggles. And so the Mental Game is a mental health podcast where I interview athletes, celebrities, and musicians because I want you to see someone that you idolize, that you think has no problems in the world, but guess what? They all feel the exact same things as us. I'm going to go through these stories pretty quick, but if you go to this first slide, you guys all laughed when you heard Kevin Gates up there. That's okay. I'm sure you didn't expect to see him when I was talking about mental health, but Kev, just like me, was suicidal and no one knew. And this quote about men's mental health is super important. He says, it takes more courage to be vulnerable than it does to be a tough guy. If you had a picture next to the words tough guy in the dictionary, a 6'3" rapper with teardrop tattoos would probably have his picture right there. If that guy can cry with me and share these stories and be vulnerable and admit that he was suicidal and struggled, all of us can. And so I think that's really important, especially for us young men and men in the room. This next one, Kate Flannery from The Office. Any Office fans in here? I love The Office, one of my favorite TV shows. She is hilarious. And we were talking about asking for help and going to therapy. And she said, it's really hard to change without outside help. It's like learning another language without truly understanding it. Here, if you're at school and you have a math equation and you don't know how to do it, you don't understand what they're asking, you can't solve it. The same thing with anxiety, depression, anything going on with your mental health. I didn't know any of this until I checked into that hospital 3 years ago. And this last one is one of my favorite guys I've had on, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, big star in the NFL, and now obviously has this podcast with Shannon Sharp. And we were talking about the pressure on and off the field, and he said, whether we are winning or losing, I just made sure to keep that light and to keep that engine going. I want you guys to all take from that statement that no matter what you're going through, these feelings are temporary. It's not the end of the world, and you have to see that light at the end of the tunnel. The point of this show and the point of me sharing these stories is to show that you're not alone and that we all struggle. And so now what I want to do is bring you guys kind of into this for our final couple minutes and show you that in proof right here on this floor. So if you go to this next slide, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to describe some feelings, some emotions, some experiences. And if you agree with me, all I want you to do is stand up. If not, you can stay seated. There's no right, there's no wrong answer. We good with that? All right, let's see again. Are we good with that? We awake? We good? Cool. All right, awesome. Please stand up if you ever listen to your favorite artist or song on repeat all day long. Please stand up. Your favorite musicians, you guys stood up right away in the back. A lot of people love music just like me. I get it. I understand. It's a fun time. Again, no right, no wrong answer. Go ahead and sit back down. Please stand up if you've ever felt nervous before a big test or game coming up at school. Go ahead and stand up for me. If you ever felt nervous for a big test, project, game. All right, we all, except for one Cincinnati player, we all get nervous. No right, no wrong answer. Got a little Joe Burrow in the veins. All right, let's go a little deeper. Please stand up if you've ever reached out to a friend, family member, when you saw they were just having a bad day, tried to cheer them up a little bit. Go ahead and stand up. You reached out to someone who was struggling that day, just wanted to cheer them up. Again, no right, no wrong answer. Cool, go ahead and sit back down. This last question I'll ask is the most important one, and I'll explain why after. If you've ever felt alone while surrounded by people, please stand up. If you've ever felt alone while surrounded by people, please stand up. Awesome. Thank you guys for your vulnerability. You can sit down. That question I have asked in the last year and a half in 46 states with almost 250,000 people, and every time I ask if you ever felt alone while you're surrounded by people, at least 50 to 60% of the room stands up, which shows you are not alone, and we all go through things, we all struggle. And so in this last minute that I have with you, I just want to share these winning strategies that have helped me the most with my mental health if you feel alone or you are struggling. If you go to this next slide, there's just two of them. Number one, you got to do something. You got to ask for help. You got to reach out to someone. You got to talk to someone, a trusted adult in your life. Maybe it's mom and dad. Maybe it's someone at school. Maybe it's one of your coaches, someone that you're close with. You can't do it alone. You have to get this out. And number two is the biggest thing for me. Feelings are temporary. I'll say it again. Feelings are temporary. Those feelings, they aren't facts. Nothing's the end of the world, but you got to do step one. You got to do something about it and reach out for help. I think that's all I have for you guys. But I just wanted to say thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here today for the game and hang out. And let's keep breaking the stigma together. Thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite to the center of the court right now some of our representatives from CareSource. Can I please be joined by Scott Markovich, David Donahue, Ellen Miller, Brian Mellaby from CareSource. We'd also like to invite to center court Superintendent Cleveland and Dr. Greep. We'd also like to invite the coaches. Can we get Coach Wes Miller and Coach Cal up here to center court, please? And ladies and gentlemen, what's happening at center court, one of the things that's going to happen tonight, we need the players to also join you here in the back row. Players, if you guys wouldn't mind, we need UC to line up on this side, and we'll have Arkansas line up on this side. Basically, we are getting together for a group photo because tonight at the CareSource Invitational supporting mental health, CareSource is donating money to Har-Ber High School, but I need you guys to get your hands going on your legs like a drum roll, please. CareSource will be donating a check to Har-Ber High School to help with their mental health programs in the amount of $10,000, ladies and gentlemen. $10,000 donated to Har-Ber High School. The official check presentation will happen this evening at the Invitational. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one more game. We need another game out here, so I need to be joined, please, up here by 10th graders, Dahlia Dayton. I need Dahlia Dayton and Roman Gomez. Dahlia Dayton and Roman Gomez, please come on up by the 10th grade cone. Our 11th graders are Ben Little and Sierra Dots. Ben Little and Sierra Dots. And our seniors, Brooklyn Hardcastle and Ivy Sandoval. All right, joining the 10th graders from Arkansas, we need Amir Brown. And from UC, we need Grant Derbyshire. Joining the 10th graders. Joining the 11th graders from Arkansas, we need Aiden Kelly. And from UC, we need Jordy. And joining the seniors from Arkansas, we need Isaiah. And from UC, we need Halveen, please. All right, here's how this one's going to work. UC, it would be wonderful if we could get a couple of rebounders over here. Arkansas, it would be great if we could get a couple of rebounders over here. This game is called Hot Shots. There are 4 spots set up on the floor. This closest layup, this is worth 1 point. The free throw line is worth 2 points. 3 points out here for the free throw line extended. And then if the players can make a 3-pointer, that's going to be worth 5 points. 5 points. So we're going to start this off with 10th graders. You guys are going to be on this side. That's your home basket. And we need 11th graders. You'll be over here on this side. We're going to put 1 minute on the clock. We will have scorekeepers, 2 basketballs per hoop. You can shoot any shots that you want in any order that you want. You're just going to keep shooting for 1 full minute to try to score as many points as possible. 2 basketballs for each team. I need 1 minute on the clock. We've got our scorekeepers that are going to keep score for how many points? Again, it's a 1-point shot, a 2-point shot, a 3-pointer, and then this one at the top of the key is worth 5 points. 2 basketballs per team. How many of you guys think the 10th graders are going to come away victorious again? I sort of feel like that too. How many of you guys think the juniors can upset the 10th graders? All right, 1 minute on the clock. That wasn't very much cheering by the juniors, was it? I don't know how supportive they are of their own play. How about the juniors? You guys think the juniors are going to win this? All right, 1 minute on the clock. On your marks, get set, shoot, go. We've got our scorekeepers over here keeping all the score. You can just keep shooting, just keep going. Just keep making them, just keep making them. Keep scoring those points. My fault, my fault. Keep scoring them. Keep scoring them. 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and 5-pointers. You guys got to drain these shots. We're adding up the scores. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Seniors, you guys feeling pretty good about this one? You think you can take that? I know he's feeling pretty good about this one. You feeling pretty good? You think you can take down either of these teams? There's a lot of bricks going on up here. I feel like we're up here building houses. A lot of bricks. Keep shooting. There are 13 seconds left on the clock. Our scorekeepers continue to add up the scores. Keep shooting. Let's count it down with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final shot went in for the 10th graders. All right, scorekeepers. We got to find out who won this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the juniors, it's been reported, scored 26 points. 26 points. And the sophomores, I need a drum roll on your legs, please. 26 points for the juniors. 48 points for the sophomores. 48 points. Juniors, we appreciate you. The sophomores are undefeated today. Seniors, you guys are now going to be at this basket taking on the sophomore team. Sophomores won the first contest. Can they defend their title? 1 minute on the clock. 2 basketballs. Scorekeepers, you guys need to be ready. On my go. Sophomores, will you be undefeated? How many of you guys think the seniors can knock off the sophomores? All right. Sophomores, you're looking pretty good. 1 minute on the clock. On your marks. Get set. Go! Keep them shooting. There we go, seniors. Keep it up, seniors. That's a 5-pointer. That's a 2-pointer. Keep it up. I see you, seniors. Good shot, good shot. Sophomores just draining them out here. We got 41 seconds left. Sophomores draining a lot of layups. Oh, look at these points. That's the strategy right there, sophomore team. Love that strategy. Keep racking them up. Seniors, keep it up. Now we see some there. We got to knock down those free throws. Let's go, seniors. You got to knock them down. There it is. Keep counting. Keep counting. We got 18 seconds left. I hear you're out here rooting for the seniors. We got 14 seconds left. Sophomores continue to drain them. 8 seconds left. Count it down with me. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the buzzer. That's the buzzer. We're going to let the scorekeepers take another maybe 30 seconds to add up these scores, and we're going to find out who won. All right. Here comes the official report. Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors, 37 points. 37 points. Pretty good, seniors. And the sophomores, can we get a drum roll, please? Come on, we got to get this drum roll going. Here we go, here we go. Seniors, 37. Sophomores, 44 points for the sophomores! 44 points for the sophomores. Ladies and gentlemen, the sophomores with a clean sweep of the activities today. Sophomores, you already know the drill. You got to stand up right now, sophomores. Let them know where you're at. Do you want a t-shirt? Let them know where you're at, sophomores. You guys are the winners. Let them know. And honestly, even if you're not a sophomore, you guys can stand up. Everybody stand up here. You want a t-shirt? We got some more t-shirts. Here they come. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate having you guys hosting us today. Players, thank you so much. Let's give the players from the University of Cincinnati a round of applause. Let's give the players from Arkansas a round of applause. UC will take on Arkansas tonight in the Mental Health Invitational, the CareSource Mental Health Invitational. CareSource, thank you guys so much. Wildcat Nation, we appreciate you. Dr. Greep, I'm going to pass the microphone back over to you. Thank you guys so much, Wildcats Nation. We'll see you tonight at the game.
Wildcats, let's give them one more round of applause. You've been great. Thank you for that message. It's going to take us a few minutes to dismiss, so that I ask that you be patient. We're going to begin with the bottom, and then we're all going to exit through the side. So for those of you toward the top, if you'll wait till the folks in front of you have left before standing up, it'll help things to go a little bit smoother. So we'll go ahead and dismiss at this time. And again, thank you for a great assembly.